Hi, everybody. It's Dr. Lori. That's right. It's Ask Dr. Lori Live. That's where me, the PhD Antiques Appraiser, appraises your objects. Everything's unscripted. My guests are here from all over. Don't forget to sign up for my newsletter. It's free. All you have to do is go to drloriv.com and sign up. Give us your email, and when it comes out, which is regularly, we'll send it to you. So, hey, I had to put on 3 different sweaters before I got one that looked halfway decent. So there you go. That's what's happening behind the scenes. All of you ask about behind the scenes. Very pilly 3 sweaters. So black is what we're getting tonight. Hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for being with me. Let's see what everybody's got. I need one object, not 20. So choose one. Let's see. Let's see. We've got a necklace. We've got a piece that looks like silver plate. And then we've got an array of pieces. So one object. You're going to need to choose one. Let's see. Where are we? Let's start with this necklace.
Hi, Dr. Lori.
Hi, how are you? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Patty. I'm calling from Illinois.
Hi, Patty. It's nice to see you. And for those of you who are watching or calling from other places, put it in the comments. Let me know where you're calling from. Patty, what have you got there, hon?
I have a Napier necklace. This came in a Goodwill blue box.
Can you get it a little closer to the camera for me?
Yes.
Thank you for giving me a contrasting background that's plain. I appreciate that. So it came in a Goodwill blue box. Okay. Are there any other marks on it? Just Napier?
Yes, just the Napier. It is in script for the print.
Okay, great.
And there's just kind of these 2 barrel pieces here.
Okay.
Back in.
It looks like it's about 24 inches long.
Yes, it is 24 inches long. I did measure that.
Okay, thank you for measuring it. A couple of different things about Napier. Hey, if you haven't checked out the website for my lists, of course, of jewelry marks, they're all there and they'll help you to identify pieces. Napier, of course, a great costume jewelry designer. That particular Napier script is going to be the latter part of the 1960s, early part of the 1970s. A nice piece in a Goodwill blue box. Did you pay $49 for it, $39 for the box?
This was before the price went up, so it was a $39 box.
Okay, $39 box. Good for you. Value on your piece, about $75 in that condition. Have I seen them go at $125? Not in the recent market. Okay.
Okay.
Always based on actual sales records. You have to watch the markets because, again, what tends to happen is things get flooded into the markets, and then, of course, value can go down when you have, of course, that issue of supply and demand. So thanks for being with me.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
My pleasure. Thank you. Any way you want to show your appreciation, there are lots of ways you can do it. Super chats, super stickers. You can do it by buying merchandise. You can do it by watching and sharing. And my guests are still here. Let's see what they've got. Okay, we've got what looks like a ceramic plate. We've looked like what looks like a hand-painted plate and what looks like a fashion poncho. I might call it a poncho. It's more of sort of a jacket, I guess. Let's go with this plate. It's blue, and the person who's holding it has short, dark hair, and it's blue, and it actually has what looks like a 3 separated shield in the middle of it. Hi, how are you?
Hi, Dr. Lori. I'm Dan, calling from Las Vegas.
Dan?
Yes.
Hi, Dan. I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. I keep saying light blue, but it's more of sort of a green, blue, teal, huh?
It is. It's green, yes.
Yeah. So tell me, how did you acquire it?
It was on an online auction, and nobody had bid on it. There were 2 of them, and it was just a photograph of the 2 of them hanging on the wall, and they were all alone, and they just looked lonely, and I thought, I had a hunch they might be something. I don't know.
You know, a lot of you guys do that. I mean, a lot of people do that. They go, nobody likes this piece, so I'm going to do that. If you do that, I want to see it in the comments. You have to, I'm trying to rescue it. I want to save it. I feel lonely for it. It happens a lot with dolls, with plates, with china. Oh, nobody wants it, so I'm going to take care of it. I think that's cool. I love Boston, Lois. Okay, now basically, is there a mark on the back or signing on the back? Is it a French piece? Is it an Italian piece? And it says Punter, and then it says XLIN, right?
I think that says Spain.
Wow. What are you looking at? Oh, I see it. Yes, I see it. Okay. So tell me, how much did you pay at this online auction? Well, let's look at the back a minute. Let me do a little what to look for. If you'll notice the red color of the underclay, right? The clay underneath the glaze, that circle is sort of a reddish orange color. So you know it's Redware. Redware, very, very typical in the southern Mediterranean, Spain, Italy, Portugal for their ceramics. That doesn't mean that they don't make other types of ceramics that are not redware, but in this case, there is a lot, of course, of redware that comes out of the Mediterranean. The glaze, of course, is a very milky kind of color, very milky kind of glaze, the underglaze. And then they've hand done the other side. Can you show me the other side, Dan? And thanks for your patience with me, hon. So basically, I'm looking at what, 6 inches in diameter, 5 inches in diameter?
Yes, Dr. Lori, about 5, yes.
Okay. And then what you have is an inspired coat of arms, very much like the pieces that we typically saw being mimicked when people will mimic some of the images made from the Maduro factory from, of course, Picasso. So it's a very nice piece. I would say, any other information that you have about it? Did you do any research on it?
I did Google the name, and there's a potter, I think, I don't know how to say his last name, Punter or Punter.
Punter. And typically a studio potter, relatively well known in the Mediterranean. These pieces sell pretty high. Did you see some big numbers?
I didn't.
No.
I didn't really look at the numbers. I was trying to find his biography.
Value for the pair, about $150 for the pair, or $75 for each plate. If the plates are about 5 inches to 6 inches in diameter, that's always going to be an important measurement. Yours looks like no cracks, no chips, no inclusions, no abrasions. Looks in great shape.
Thank you.
Terrific. What did you pay?
$2.50. Well, $5 for both of them.
Sounds like a real bargain. And don't forget, real bargain videos are of course all over the channel. So check those out too. Don't miss them. I love to hear success stories, and a lot of you have had some great success stories. Thanks, Dan. Guests galore from all over the world. If you like what Dan had, tell him. Hey, Dan, I like that plate.
Can you hear?
Sorry. What's your name?
My name is Anna.
Hi, Anna. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, sweetie. So tell me, how'd you acquire this?
I got it quite a few years ago. I believe it was a garage sale. And
Okay.
I just tried to take it out. It was $1.
Is there a mark on the bottom?
Well, there's a mark, but I can't really figure out what it is.
Anna, honey, I need you to hold it up about here.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay, I can't see the mark. Can you tell me what the mark says?
It says Japan down here, and then there's like a little picture, but the picture, I can't figure out what it is.
Okay, can you show me from the side as if you're holding the base here?
This
So
way.
I'm not looking at the underside. I don't want to see the bottom.
Right here.
There we go. We want to see the side of it.
Mhm.
And it looks like it has these, okay, so it looks like it's got some embossed decoration. And it looks like it's a piece that would have had an insert, right? So it would have had an insert at one time. Sometimes it's cobalt glass or any other kind of colored glass, but usually it's blue or cobalt glass. And typically you're going to see more than one of those. Sometimes they're used in the middle of tables, like dining tables, and sometimes they're utilized on the sides for, of course, any kind of sweet, like a sweet meat or a nut or a dried fruit or any kind of sweet. Could be candy as well. So you paid $1 for it. It's made in Japan. It's trying to look like a late 19th century piece, mimicking the late 19th century. But in fact, this particular piece is much more closely aligned with the period after 1945, like 1950s or so. Okay. Nice decorative piece. For $1, you picked up something that's worth 25.
Okay. Thank you.
Not bad. Not bad. Always based on actual sales records. Do you ever have that problem, Anna, where you put on another piece and you put on another piece of clothing, you put on another piece of clothing, everything looks bad, and then you go back to your tried and true black sweater? That's what happened to me tonight.
Absolutely.
Nice to see you. So when you're looking at pieces like that, first of all, look for the mark, especially with pieces that have to do with, of course, these kinds of things. You branched out more thanks to you and you made more money. Well, that's great. And thanks for sharing and showing your appreciation here, of course, with the more money that you made. I think that's great. The other things I want you to remember when you're looking at silver plate, it usually will say many of the silver plate marks. And I talk about silver plate and their marks, of course, in the videos and other places. But what I want you to think about with respect to that is, of course, there are certain manufacturers and certain countries that are making these pieces. Some are worth a lot more than others. So it matters who made it and where it was made. So when we look at these pieces, I like you to get an idea of what to look for because that's going to help you all the time. Let's see what else we've got. So we've got this necklace, which looks to be blue and it looks to have some beads and it's sitting there nicely. So tell me, how'd you acquire this? They've got that necklace. And then we've got this next piece, which looks like a buckle. Looks like it might be a belt buckle. Looks like it has light blue set stones in a gold tone metal. Can I see the back of that? Let's see the back of that. Okay, I'll continue. And then what we have is, oh, there's the back. Okay, yeah, okay. And then we have a lamp, one single pillar lamp. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this blue beaded necklace. It sort of looks like blue and beige beads. Let's start.
Hi.
There. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm Jeannie from Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Nice to see you.
This is my second time on here. Thank you.
Well, you guys, you're getting lucky is what it's happening there, Jeannie.
Yeah, very lucky.
Was it easy? Was it easy?
This,
I'm sorry. You go ahead.
I acquired this from my 97-year-old friend. Her and her husband visited Mexico a lot, so I have a feeling that might be where it came from. It's kind of heavy, but it's iridescent, blue with little purple iridescent to it.
Do you think it's glass?
I was thinking shell at first.
Okay. So usually when people say it's iridescent, they're thinking about glass. Okay.
Yeah.
However, that idea of iridescence indicates that something has had metallic salt applied to it, right? And then allowed those salts to, in fact, heat up and then anneal, which is just a fancy word for cool down, right?
Okay.
So what I think you have here actually are more so shells that have been cut out and polished rather than iridescent or having metallic salts applied to them. Do you see the difference?
Yes.
So they took a shell and it had some blue color, and a lot of different kinds of shells have blue color like this, and then they basically polished it up. So that's a pretty nice piece. I would say that piece probably measured about 20 to 22 inches, so falls around here.
Correct.
Close to my microphone. I would say in terms of it, it probably is made in Mexico, large, a lot of them out there, large tourist interest. Maybe they paid $25 for it. Maybe today it's worth $45.
Okay.
Do you wear a lot of blue?
I don't actually. I just loved how it shimmered. Like I say, it's more iridescent where you see sometimes it looks blue and other times purplish. So
and isn't it wonderful to have a friend who can say she's 97? That's a godsend.
Yes, exactly.
Nice
so
to see
thank you very much.
My pleasure. If you want to try to get on Ask Dr. Lori Live, go to drloriv.com and scroll down on the specials and shop page, and there's information about how to do it there. She said, I've been on a few times. A lot of you are trying to get on. You got to just try it. It's not hard. And while you're down there, don't forget to look up the binge link, but it's right there. It's very easy. Read the directions and follow them, and you will be able to participate too. So it's good to see all of you. Lots of guests, a little bit of jewelry. Let's see what else we've got. So we've got this piece, which looks like a cast and hammered piece of ceramic. We've got a piece that looks like it is, I'm sorry, not ceramic, of metal. We've got a piece that looks like it is ceramic with kind of like a heart shape. And then we have a very characteristic image there of that painting, whether or not it's oil on canvas or whether or not it is actually a print of some sort. So that's what we're looking at there. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at this piece that this person is holding right in front of his or her face. So I can't tell his or her, right? Hi, what's your name?
My name's Carlos.
Hi, Carlos. How are you?
I'm good.
Well, that's good. So where are you calling from today?
Oregon.
All right. What have you got there?
I don't know. I would think some type of jug, like a tin copper jug.
Okay. So that particular piece is hand hammered. That particular piece dates to about the 1960s. It's trying to look like a piece that dates all the way back into the ancient world. In the 1960s, you saw a lot of revival pieces of ancient pieces. And how much did you pay for it? A couple bucks?
Yeah, like $3.
That piece comes from Spain or Italy, probably more so Spain than Italy. And of course, that piece is going to be valued not all that high. I'm sorry, Carlos, about $30.
Okay.
Thanks for being with me.
Yeah, you too.
Bye-bye. So when you're looking at pieces like that, you have to remember that there are a lot of pieces that look like they're ancient all the way back, and a lot of pieces that are mimicking the ancients. That's a typical vessel, very, very specific, very typical, and you're going to see that same pattern. When the pattern isn't too specific, that usually indicates that the piece is a reproduction of some sort or made in a later time, made more, in a time that is, of course, more modern than, of course, the original ancients. But hey, it's cool to collect vessels. A lot of people collect vessels. And we've got this that looks like a metallic image, of course, of a church in a frame. Little bit of contrast we've got there. We're getting a little bit of glare there. And then we've got this buckle. Let's take a look at this buckle. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, Anne-Marie,
Hi, Anne-Marie. Where are you calling from, sweetie?
New Jersey.
Nice to see you. How did you
You too.
acquire this?
My mom and I had a costume shop in Fort Lee.
Oh,
We
how nice.
closed about 2004, and we have a large collection of estate jewelry that we bought.
Okay. Okay. So this particular piece, have you checked? Are these real seed pearls, or is this completely costume?
That's what I don't know. I'm
Okay,
not
well, it
sure.
looks
It
like-
has there are holes in the back.
The seed pearls
see.
look like.
One second. Sorry. I don't know if it's
I can see it. Just hold it there. Try not to move. Yeah, the seed pearls look real. The actual turquoise portion looks real as well. However, those other two pieces look like glass. So I think this piece has been restored at some point. So there are four pieces like here and here that look like glass. The seed pearls look like they're the real thing, and the turquoise pieces look like they're Bisbee, and they look like they're the real thing too. The casing, the metal setting is definitely plated.
Mhm.
So the setting is not solid gold. It's not marked, correct?
correct.
Right. So I think what's happened is at one point you had a piece that was in fact certain elements were the real thing, but in fact you don't have that any longer. I think there was a time when this got restored in some way. I would say value on that piece. Oh, time period for that piece. Time period for that piece is easily the 1940s, the 1950s. And I would say value on that piece in the condition it's in, because there's no losses of any of the stones, correct? Everything is set, right? Okay. I would say value on that piece because of the turquoise about 125.
Okay.
So
thank
it
you.
has some value as a costume jewelry piece. Technically, the seed pearls make it, of course, real, but it's not fine
I think
jewelry.
it's pretty
Doesn't make
though. It's pretty.
It is pretty. I agree with you. It's pretty. And I think that, it could be with a larger velvet collar. That was very typical in that time period. It could also be utilized for a belt buckle. But typically that's what you see. Not a shoe buckle, though.
Thank you so much.
Hey, it's my pleasure. Hi to your mom. So they had a costume jewelry inventory that they're trying to identify and value. And a lot of you folks do that. A lot of you have me help you do that too. So happy to do that and happy to help you here too with what to look for. With that particular piece, what to look for the real stones and test the metals if you know how to. Guests are from all over. Again, everything's unscripted. I don't know what's coming. So people will say, oh no, why didn't she choose this? Why didn't she do that? I choose what I think I should choose. So let's take a look at some fashion. A lot of you ladies and gentlemen love fashion. So let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at this piece. Hi, what's your name, hon?
Hi, my name is Tylene and I'm from Wilmington, North Carolina.
Hi, Selene. It's nice to see you. So tell me about this piece. This is nice. Now, this I wouldn't wear. You know why I wouldn't wear this? Not because it's not beautiful. I'm too big to wear this thing that makes you look big. Now, you could wear this, right?
Well,
Would
I
you wear
can. I mean, I like it for sure. I like the
You like it for sure?
butterflies.
Okay, you got to get closer for me, sweetie. We want to see the details if we can. There you go. So you've got some beautiful details on it, and it looks like it's either a silk or a sateen. So is it silk?
I think the tag is in Chinese, so
Okay, good. All right.
I just says like Beijing.
Okay.
But
So
the-
here's a couple of things with respect to that. So first of all, it's much more commonplace for us to see high quality quilts coming out of Asia. That doesn't mean it can't come out of North America, but or other parts of the world. But in fact, oftentimes you're going to see some of the better pieces coming out of Asia. Now, in terms of it, this style is something. How did you acquire it? Because this style is not, of course, contemporary. This style is modernist, but probably in the 20th century.
Okay. So
How'd you
I
acquire it?
just got it today on a estate sale.
Okay, so you chose it. Why? Are you going to resell it or are you going to keep it?
Resale.
Okay, so what did you pay at the estate sale?
$18.
$18. Well, you're going to make $275 from that $18.
No way.
Easily,
Oh my
yes
God.
way.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lori.
It's beautiful, and there's a couple of details I want you to be aware of. First of all, the contrast of the color. Black is great. People love to wear black. It's beautiful. It's classic. It goes with everything. Now, the style is not for fat girls like me, I think. Now, there are people who are probably saying they could wear it, but I think no. But I also like the elements this way, right? I like these particular pieces that actually are the closures. Those are very nice and nicely done and nicely detailed. Did you look the whole thing over so there's no threads that are coming out?
No threads coming out. I look over everything.
$250. You did great for 18.
And you say it's from the 1920s?
I think it's from the 1960s or 1970s. I think it's definitely, as you said, from China. And of course, that particular piece, I don't know, it could look good with leggings. I have a niece who looks great in leggings. She's a skinny little thing. And I'll tell you what, she'd look good in that. So would you.
Thank you. And you look pretty on your sweater.
Oh, you're a doll. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Okay, I know you're thinking, Dr. Lori, we don't need your fashion sense or your fashion help. You probably don't. But I want you to be aware when you're thinking about the reselling of what other people might be thinking when you're trying to, of course, resell something like that. Okay, we've got a chair. And we've got some glasses, and we've got someone in their car with a wedding vase. They've got to hold up that wedding vase, and we need a camera to be horizontal. Let's take a look at the chairs. Hi, how are you?
Hi, good. Hi, Dr. Lori. It's Barbara from Old Saybrook, Connecticut, and I have a pair of chairs.
Hi, Barbara. It's nice to see you. Well, let's take a look at these chairs. So do they have like a velveteen upholstery on them?
Yes, they do. Very soft.
Very soft chenille. I like the style of the chairs. I like the fact that you've got the design very, very typical, of course, of the mid-century. The design where they cover all of the wood area. Now, sometimes that's done by upholsterers who will say, you know what, the wood is so far gone that we're just going to cover the whole thing and make it a style. But I like these a lot. Are they marked on the bottom? Is there any label on them from the manufacturer?
It says Classic Concepts Inc.
Okay. So Classic Concepts, relatively well-known furniture manufacturer for hotels and spas. So you might be aware of that. Also, what are they called? Inns, bed and breakfast, that kind of thing. But oftentimes hotels, they make lots and lots of pieces. You probably would have no trouble finding other pieces by that firm if you were to search online for them. And would you say that piece is it 30 inches tall? Is it 28 inches tall to the back? How tall are they? Are you in your storage locker?
Why
Yes,
not? I am.
Hey, if the internet's good, it works for me. There's cool stuff in those storage lockers. I've been finding you a lot of treasures in those storage lockers, to all of you. Value on that chair about $325, and value on its mate about $325. What did you pay?
Woo! About $25 a chair.
Yeah. If there's no staining, there's no problems, there's no odor, the cushion is very good, and you've got to look for these things. When you're looking at these chairs, if you have a straightforward leg with no decoration, no carving, no element, basically you've got to make sure that nice thick area, right, it's called the apron, right at the bottom of the chair, right? Very mid-century modern, very typical. It's like double the size of most chairs from that side, from the edge of the seat to the bottom of the chair, right? Really nice. That's really nice. They look comfy, and you know what? They look like they're going to bring you some money too for $25 each. Good for you. Everybody's got a storage locker. Everybody has a lot of stuff. So another score. That's right. It's a real bargain. Old Saybrook, Connecticut. Nice to see you. Yeah, don't forget about those types of pieces. And don't forget that the fact that there's a set increases value for both of the chairs too. So keep sets intact. And when it comes to chairs, of course, you need to have 2 or more. Right? If you're looking at dining rooms, you need to have at least 4, even up to 6. So we've got some colored glasses, golden colored glasses. And then we have what looks like a beautiful wedding vase from the Southwest, but I think that connection doesn't look that good. I'm sorry to say that. And then I have what looks like a very nice frame with a watercolor image in it as well. And then we've got these 4 glasses. Maybe there's 6, 2, 4, 6 glasses. So I don't know. The happy people in the car don't seem to have a very good connection, but they have a very nice piece. And that is a Southwestern Acoma style Southwestern piece of pottery. But I want to see more of that. Hi, what's your name?
Melissa. Hello, Dr. Lori.
Hello, how are you? Where are you?
I'm in Goodwill. I just saw this vase.
Okay, I don't know where you are. I know you're in your car. I can't see you. I'm sorry. I'd like to know how tall that vase is. It is Acoma. Acoma, of course, very well-known ceramic of course, the native peoples. Acoma pieces are usually that dark black linearity with, of course, the ceramic, the black and white contrast. Sometimes there's a little bit of that orangey ochre kind of color. That one's nice. It has 2 spouts, which indicates it's a wedding vase, but I need to know how tall it is so I can give you an appraised value. Thank you for trying from the car. I know sometimes it's hard with the internet, but we'll see what you can get. Other guests are here too. Don't despair. Try back again when you've got a better connection. And then we've got that piece. Let's take a look at this piece that looks like a heart, and it looks like it might be a candle holder at the top. Hi, what's your name?
Hey, I'm Lawrence. How you doing?
Hi, Lawrence. How you doing? Where are you?
I'm in Louisville, Kentucky.
Sure you are. Nice to see you. So what have you got there, kiddo?
You know, I have no idea. It looks like kind of marble or a bone or something. I did some research on it. I can't figure out what it is or where it's from.
Wait a minute, Lawrence. I don't know if it's marble. I don't know if it's bone. I've done some research. How'd you do that?
You know, the internet. Google.
No. If you don't know what you're searching for, how do you look for anything? You're just going to waste time.
I use Google Lens.
Oh, you use Google Lens, and then you hope that the image actually comes up. Did it?
Right. Yeah, and it didn't. I couldn't find
you know
anything
what came up?
else.
My face came up. That's what came up.
Exactly.
Dr. Lori's face came up instead.
I'm coming to Dr. Lori.
Ask her, right? Okay, show me the bottom, babe.
All right.
Show me the bottom. Now, this is not bone. This is not marble. This is a piece of ceramic. This is clay that's been fired. Okay? Now.
And then nothing. I try to put water in it and nothing comes through. So it's all closed up.
Well, there's a test for you. I tried to pour stuff in it. Nothing came through. Yeah, there's a lot of tests out there. Anyway, so this particular piece is one of a pair, and usually they're candlesticks. They're oftentimes made by the Pima people of the Southwest, so Native American style.
Really?
I think it's pretty nice. How tall is it? Would you say 4 inches?
I'd say 6.5, 7 inches.
How much did you pay for it?
$1.
It's worth 30.
Okay.
Do you have the other one?
No.
All right. Yeah, you can't do Google Lens. Well, you could do Google Lens. My face shows up. That's what happens with Google Lens.
Pairs, huh? All right.
Well, you need a pair, babe. You need a pair.
Hey, I appreciate you so much. Much respect to you, Dr. Laura.
Thank you very much. You can show your appreciation in many ways. Watch the videos, use the binge link, share, blah, blah, blah. You know, and then of course, don't forget, we do have merchandise and we have other things too. So thank you very much for showing your appreciation. It helps me to help you. Anyway, that was fun. But you know, when you're trying to do the research, knowing what you've got, knowing what you're shooting for will help, right? So we can help with that kind of thing as well. So we've got what looks like a cobalt glass piece, and then we've got also someone who's got a Be Kind t-shirt. That's all I saw quickly. And then I have this piece that is in a nice and interesting frame. Looks like it's Asian. I don't have enough light in the place where there is the blue glass vase piece. So I need a lot more light there because there's contrast coming from the background. Can't really see it. And I don't know what this is. You're showing me a label from the back only. So can you show me the object? Okay. And then we've got that piece, which has a lot of glare as well. Well, let's take a look at this piece that looks like it's a metallic piece. Thank you for tilting it down. It's circular. It's a metallic piece. And it looks like it's a church or other building. Hi, what's your name?
It's Linda.
Hi, Linda. Where are you calling from?
Rochester, New York.
Well, it's nice to see you, Linda. So how did you acquire this?
At the Salvation Army.
Okay. So it looks like it's an embossed metallic piece or a bas relief metallic piece. And it looks like it actually has then been hand colored, right? To be like a landscape within a circular mat and then a frame. Pretty typical of the 1970s and into the 1980s. Is the frame 8 by 8 inches?
No, it's 4 by 4. There's 2 of them. It was a set. And it's silver, it's an Italian, and then it's gold. It's all done that way.
Okay, so is it marked that there is actually plating of silver and gold on the back? Is that what your label says on the back?
It's on the front, on the top here, and then on the back, it's from this company, and it's signed.
Okay, my question was this. My question was, does it say that it is marked as gold and that it's plated?
It's the gold plating that says silver. Okay.
Okay.
And then there's gold plating.
Okay.
So it's all done by hand, apparently.
So there's silver and gold plating. It's done by hand. It's made in Italy. It dates to the 1980s. Value on the piece, about $65. That includes the frame. If they are 4 by 4 for one of them, that's the value.
Okay, yeah, I have 2.
Okay, thank you. Now, when we look at these pieces and you go, I have 2, so if I have 1, then the other one's worth the same. That's not always the case. The composition could be different. The application could be different. The condition could be different. Lots of different factors. So don't assume when you have 2 and they seem to be related that they're the same value. A lot of people make that mistake. So, and technically those are not a set. They may have come together. They're made of the same type, but they're not a set. I need a horizontal. Hold your cameras horizontally if you would be so kind. And if you'll turn off me so we don't have to hear me, that's a little better. It's a little better. And then we've got a lamp, and then we've got the person who needs to go horizontal, not vertical, with her picture. And then we've got this blue, cobalt blue, and then it looks like there is a metallic piece, and then we've got a carpet. We've got a rug. Let's take a look at the rug. But your camera is not horizontal. What's your name, honey? What's your name?
My name is Adrene. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Adrene. Nice to meet you too, sweetie. So tell me about the carpet. How'd you acquire it?
Yeah, I actually got it from an estate sale and from a lady who traveled the world. I was told I got it professionally cleaned, that it's Persian. Not Persian, but I'm sorry, wool. Might be Turkish or Persian. And the fringes.
Do you know the difference between Turkish and Persian? A lot of you are going, Dr. Lori, I don't know anything about rugs. I get rugs all the time. It has to do with the type of knots and the number of knots. You know, when I was in Turkey, basically, they show you how many knots are actually done and how they make these pieces. So a couple of different things about that. First of all, show us the rug. You can get out of the shot so we can see the rug. I'm sorry, I don't mean to just dismiss you.
It's okay.
I want to make sure that everybody can see what's what. Do you have your Christmas tree up still? People do. It's not unusual. I gotta tell you, people do. Yeah, some people do. Hey, you know, I mean, I lived in so many places that had no storage. I used to keep the Christmas tree up. What are you gonna do? All right. So basically, what you've got is you've got a very, very nice field of blue. You have these nice niches, these nice elements that come out, almost mimicking a mihrab niche, of course, of the Middle East. And then, can you show me one corner? Can you take one corner and flip it over, like
absolutely.
Flip a corner, just a corner for me, because I want to show you the back. The back should look like the front. The fringe should be intact. That's a nice piece. Very nice. Okay. So machine done. That piece is probably Turkish, but not hand done. It's got a nice fret pattern. That's that Greek key pattern at the top. If you go from the fringe, no. Back. There you go. Go from the fringe. After the fringe, you're going to see a white border or a beige border. Then you're going to see the blue border. Then you're going to see the fret pattern, right? Or the Greek key. The patterns are very important. And knowing the patterns and understanding them will help you to identify good pieces. How big is your piece?
The length, the long way, it is 9 feet and, 10 feet. 10 feet and 9 inches. And then the short length is 6 feet.
So Turkish 9 by 6, let's call it 9, almost 10 by 6. And then basically, I would say, how much did you pay for it?
$35.
Oh my gosh. You got a $1,750 rug for $35.
17. Wow.
$1,750 for $35. That's a girl.
Wow, that's so awesome. Oh my gosh, thank you.
You're very welcome. It is so awesome. And it does look like it's professionally cleaned. You can tell that by the way in which you see the wharf and the weft actually come by. And keep the dog off the thing.
Mom, can you get the dog? Oh, she got the dog.
Please. No, be careful of the puppies because, you know, you don't want to have that. That's difficult to remove from some of these carpets, especially light colors.
Thank you, Lori. I have a question. What does it mean if the other side of the French is different than the side that I showed you?
What does that mean if the other side is different? Show me what you mean.
Like right here?
Oh, okay. So basically what's happened is one side has been cut down, which will impact value, right? And then typically that indicates where the actual loom, where they cut it, where they took it off the loom. So that's not a bad thing, but it'll impact back value. That piece, that big, $1,750. That's a beautiful piece. Congratulations.
Thank you. God bless you, Lori. You're awesome.
Thank you very much. I appreciate all the blessings. And I give my blessings back to you. Thanks to my guest. I'm Dr. Lori, the PhD Antiques Appraiser. See you next time.